What's up, guys? Welcome to my vehicle. Florida is getting the coldest temperatures that it has in a long time. So naturally, I'm gonna go camping, um, and we're gonna see how that goes. I got back with like a whole armful of firewood and couldn't find the camp. I really don't want to quit, but it's looking bleak. It really is one thing after the next out here. Every once in a while I'll get like an inhalation of smoke and it just like tastes toxic. There's something large coming this way. So we're here now. This is kind of crazy. It's looking windy and I'm starting to get, I don't want to say scared, like fear isn't exactly the feeling, but I'm definitely getting nervous or anxious because it's already kind of getting dark and that means like 30 minutes to get as much firewood and good firewood as possible. So we'll see. We have officially entered the forest and we are now hiking looking for a spot to set up camp. My hands are freezing and it's only going to get colder from here, which kind of makes me think that I should probably put some pep in my step, because all the time that I'm wasting walking right now is going to be time taken away from finding firewood, which really is the most important part. So I need to find a spot to set up camp, throw all this stuff down, and then literally dash to go try and find firewood. This little area is going to be home. So that's the entrance right over there. And by entrance, I just mean you have to thug it out in the forest to get here, which I actually like because it means it's going to be private. So yeah, I'm going to put my stuff down because I got a lot. And I'm going to start looking for firewood first of all. Then I'm going to begin clearing out this area for my shelter, and then I'm going to begin building the shelter. Let's get to it. Okay, so to start off the equipment tour, I'm going to start with my bare bones belt. And it's really just a piece of paracord that I've strung around my waist, including my knife, which can come out of its holster thing that I keep attached, and then also obviously out of its sheath, which I usually keep in my backpack, but it goes on the bare bones belt. And then this carabiner light, which is actually really bright and it has a bunch of other stuff on it as well. And then finally, which is usually also on the front of my backpack, is my machete slash big knife. And this is what I'm gonna go out with right now and try and get as much big, thick, heavy firewood as possible, because that is the stuff that I'm gonna need to keep the fire going at night. I don't need things that burn good, which I do need, but mostly what I'm looking for right now is things that burn for a long time, because that's the most important aspect. So let's go on an adventure and see if we can find some of that. Also, another quick update, these are probably going to be the last daylight shots that you guys see of the video, because it is quickly getting dark. So anyway, I gotta lock in. So night has officially come upon us, and I got back with a whole armful of firewood and couldn't find the camp. So I wasted a little bit of time trying to find the camp. It was a whole thing. So I think we need to keep looking for firewood. There was two big pieces that I put in the middle of the path so I could go back and find them at dark. So I'm gonna go grab those now, and I'm probably gonna have to make 2 trips. But yeah, that's the collection of firewood that I have gotten so far. It is not exactly hefty, and I'm really concerned about how that stuff is even gonna burn because it's moist. So I guess we'll find out. I'm also realizing that as I'm walking. I left the bear mace at home, so hopefully we do not have any run-ins with any creatures. But I guess we'll find out. We've made it back. I think the next priority is going to be setting up the shelter itself and getting that going. But man, is it cold. I don't know if you guys can see this, but my hands are like starting to shrivel just because of how cold it is. But we're out here, and so far it's happening, and I'll update you guys on progress. I just wanted to update and see if you guys can see my breath now. You can't really see it. It's there though, trust me. So my friend said, do not hang up the hammock because the cold air will go underneath and it will make you really cold throughout the night. And it's vital that I don't hang up the hammock. But then in my mind, I was thinking on the way here that sounds like super uncomfy. And everybody knows that when you're surviving in the forest, comfort is key. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang up the hammock. Oh man, some of the noises I hear, I swear, is like somebody running up on me. But anyway, I know it's dumb to ignore the wisdom of my buddy because he's a genius, but I think I'm gonna go with my original idea because this just doesn't look like it's gonna provide me any kind of shelter at all. So I'm gonna revert back to the tent idea and pray that I'm not a complete buffoon. Then we'll find out whether or not that's true. So I'm currently cold as albeit, but I want to wait until I want to wait as long as possible to start the fire because the later I start the fire, the shorter time I'll have for it to burn, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna try and put up the hammock first, and then start the fire and try and warm up as much as possible. It's so cold. Again, it's colder other places, but man, it's cold here too. Time update, it is now 7:39, so it's been 40 minutes, and it's 40 degrees, so it's gonna drop another 20 degrees before everything is said and done. Okay, so more updates. I don't know if you guys can see, but the hammock is like completely sagging because the trees are too close together, which is a complete rookie mistake. I should have started with that. So now my options are either pack up and head home, move the whole shelter, or abandon the hammock, lower the shelter, and try and thug it out on the ground. And I'm really just not sure which one to do yet. I really don't want to quit, but it's looking bleak. I just realized that I have a hat and coat, so I'm gonna go put those on because I'm cold. Okay, so I think I've decided that what I'm gonna do is move the hammock first to see if it will even work the way I want it to in the spot that I'm at, and then if it does, I'm gonna try and start moving the shelter, and if that works, fire and food. Wish me luck. You may be wondering, Easton, how are you going to get into that hammock now that it is so close to the top of your roof? And I'm actually wondering the same thing myself. So I guess we'll find out. But I think priority number one is going to be to get a fire started, and in addition, like a subsection to that priority is finding where to put said fire for maximum heat at night, if I can even get it started, that is. But the shelter looks infinitely better than it did. It's just better in every way. So I guess all's well that ends well. We're not done yet. I've decided where I want the fire, and now it's kind of the make or break time of the whole trip. Find out if I'm gonna have to go home or not, because no fire, no warmth, frostbite. But I need to move all the firewood kind of to the location I need it and to sort it out and stuff. And I have a few ideas of how I'm gonna get that going. And I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I don't have a lighter. I have a ferro rod. But I have fire starters, so I feel like that kind of cancels each other out. Finger update, by the way. Definitely shaky, red, still kind of shriveled up, but I don't have feeling in the tips of my fingers, which is making it extremely hard to do like the nimble things like tying knots. And I think that's really setting me back in like speed and efficiency. I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, everybody, this is home for the time being. You can't see it really, but the hammock is above head. That's where I'll be sleeping up there. And then kind of over here at this area, it's not under the tarp, but at the foot of this A-frame, that is where I'm going to be making my fire. So, praying for fire, for sure, because without it, I am going to have to call it quits, which we don't want to do. So, but I just want to show you guys what it looks like when it's done properly. You have fire. Oh, guys. Oh, guys. Oh, thank God. Oh, praise the Lord. All right, let's get some of that bramble going on it as well. Oh my God, guys, we did it. We did it. Oh. Okay, hang on. I actually need to lock in. I might lose it. Guys, we did it. We did it. Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh, my hands are already warming up so much. I don't like the rate at which we're going through firewood, so I'm going to try and add some bigger stuff that'll hopefully burn longer. But it's burning, and it's so warm in here. It's so warm in here, guys. Let's go. First of all, it is so much warmer in here than it is out there. And second of all, I'm gonna do dinner as fast as possible while the fire is still going. I don't know how long it'll go for, and I want to do dinner before, it goes out. If it does go out, which I hope it doesn't, because if it does go out, I'll probably have to get up at like really early in the morning. I'm so proud of that fire though. That's the best fire I've literally ever made. I know Parker's gonna be proud when he sees this, even though I completely disobeyed his order not to hang the hammock. And not to get like too sappy, but just to take a second to appreciate this, because it wasn't long ago I was kind of considering giving up and leaving. Which is like, it still might take a turn for the worst. And, might have to end up leaving anyway, but I wouldn't have gotten even this far if I didn't, rearrange the shelter and try one more time. So I'm thankful that I did that. What I have here is a can of chicken. I need to go drain this elsewhere, and I also need to cut off a fresh palm frond branch to use as a poker. Actually, I need 2 of them. So I'm gonna go do that now, and watch the fire, keep it going. If it starts going out, I need you guys to just stoke it, okay? Thanks, appreciate that. Crack open, show you. Yummy chicken. And then I also have a cheese stick, which I'm gonna add with the chicken to make it extra yummy. Okay, so this tin foil. So what I'm gonna do, put the chicken in here, put the cheese stick in here, attach tin foil on top, make oven, put by fire, let get hot, let cheese melt, mix together, stir and enjoy. As you can see, container has been added, chicky is cooking, cheese is melting, and I don't know when, but eventually I'll pull it out and show you guys the result. That is how we're gonna get tinfoil off. I mean, it definitely doesn't look half bad. Like, evidently not the most like delicious looking thing ever, but it doesn't smell half bad. It doesn't look half bad. And that's what's important. It actually smells pretty good. So we're gonna use a stick here and this, and we're gonna enjoy, hopefully. Now we stir. Let's give it a little. Oh my gosh. It's hot chocolate. Let's go. I can't believe we actually did this. This is kind of crazy. So I decided to kind of stockpile more firewood. I don't know if you can see that. Just because I probably won't feel like doing it in the night. And added some to the fire to keep that going a little bit longer. Hopefully give me as much time of sleep before I have to wake it back up and get this re-going. And now I'm gonna climb up into this hammock and hope that it is pretty warm. I'm looking forward to sleep, and I hope I get it for sure. Every once in a while I'll get like an inhalation of smoke, and it just like tastes toxic. It's kind of crazy. So I'm gonna climb up into this hammock and pray that I get some sleep. So I'll give you an update. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and yeah, climb on up. It really is one thing after the next out here. So I just went to climb into bed. What I'm realizing is that the fire is way too far inside of my shelter, and so all the smoke is just rising to the top where my hammock is hanging, and up there there's like no oxygen. I can't even breathe. So I'm thinking of 2 things: A, lower the hammock, which I can't really do because it'd be too close to the fire, or B, move the fire, and that almost definitely is going to end with the fire going out. So not looking forward to that, but wish me luck. Okay, so good news is fire's relocated and I can breathe up here now. Bad news is it's almost definitely gonna go out soon, and in the process of doing that, if you guys can see that like sliver right there, it's deep. So, but looks like the fire's doing all right. Hopefully some of the heat still comes in here, not as much of the smoke, and I'm gonna climb up and try and get some sleep now. So, final updates of the night. I've made it up in the hammock, and the smoke has cleared, and it is so toasty in here, and I really hope it stays that way. I'm gonna lay back, listen to the sounds of the forest and the crackling fire, and snuggle up with my blanket, and hopefully make it through the night. I was unable to remove the splinter with pliers, so I'm gonna have to deal with that when I get home, but yeah, I mean, I'm gonna cocoon up in my hammock here and call it a night. So okay, so update. It is, I think, around 1:30 in the morning, 1:33. I slept for a little bit, and it is around the coldest it's gonna get. I think it's 27. And I'm freezing. So the fire has completely gone out, and there's no way I'm gonna fall back asleep. So I'm obviously gonna have to do something about that now. And I think I've denied that inevitable for too long. So I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna try and get the fire going again. I'd be lying if I said I was not considering packing up and leaving, but that takes time and energy too. And if I start to disassemble the shelter, I won't even have that. So that's where we're at right now. And I'm gonna try and get that fire going. I think that's as good as we're gonna get for now. Honestly, it kind of feels like the wind now is going that way and it's just blowing all the heat out. So I don't know how much of that is even staying in. We're gonna see what we can do. I'm gonna go take one last look out and see like just what we have for firewood as a last resort. Please let me sleep till the morning. There's something large coming this way. Whatever it is, it has settled down, at least over there. But it is so close. And it's not big enough to be a bear. But its movement pattern sounds like rustling. So I'm worried about boar, because they're aggressive and territorial as well. But the only thing that makes me feel a little bit better about that maybe is that usually they travel in like bunches, so I would hear a bunch of them if it was a boar. So maybe a best guess would be raccoon, armadillo. Either way, I don't like how close it is and I want to go to bed. Another update. It is currently 4:30 in the morning now, and it is 26 degrees. Fire has gone out again, as expected, and I actually got 3.5 hours of sleep, so not terrible out of that. But hopefully for the last time, I am gonna get up and restart it one last time, I'm hoping. And then I'm hoping to be up around 6, packed up around 6:45, and we can watch the sunset as we walk out around 7. I don't know if you guys can see that, but my breath is very visible now. You can't really see it, but let's go get that fire started one more time. Yes! Oh, yes. There it is. Hope one last time. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then climb in and try and get to sleep as fast as possible. It is currently 5 o'clock. I have 1 hour. I just have to make it for 1 hour, and then I can begin to pack up the camp and get out of here. A successful survivor, hopefully. So, yeah, back to sleep, thank goodness. So, it is currently 6:42 in the morning. The fire went out almost immediately. And it was a cold hour. So I've kind of just been sitting in here scrolling on social media for like the last, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. Just kind of delaying actually getting up and packing up camp because I know I'm going to be shivering so quickly. And I can't feel my toes anymore because they've been in my shoes all night. And my feet have not been under any of the blankets. So I'm going to have to inspect the toes when I get home and make sure I still have 10 of them. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to make myself get up. By the way, guys, this is my view out of the hammock. Not a bad way to wake up at all. It's cold, but dang. You gotta appreciate it anyway. So I'm also just now finding out that the fire, like, made this super brittle. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but now it just kind of rips. So I'm really happy to be hanging up here still. Yep, that's my hammock. You guys can barely see, but the sun must already be coming up because it's evidently brighter. But yeah, this is where we're at. You can still see my breath when I talk. It is so cold still. But I'm gonna make myself get moving, and I think that's gonna keep me warm. And the thought of breakfast waiting for me at home. I was actually able to use a couple of like the sparks that were still there from the log to restart the fire so that I can periodically warm my hands as I slowly take it on the camp. And that is a heaven send. Oh, it feels so nice. Hey, a little hot. Anyway, get back to work. Okay, so we are packed back up now. Got everything on the back. And then I have my other backpack down here, which I'll put on my front in a sec. And I am ready to get out of here. So I can't believe I did it. And I'm gonna start heading out right now. Quick update on the hands / fingers. Cold. Definitely cold. What a morning. We made it. Barely. But we made it. Good night, is it cold? So, I made it back to the car. Man, that walk back was tough. This is the hand check. Oh, man. It's so cold. The car does not like the cold either. I'm ready to be home though. Like, I can't believe we made it. That was quite the adventure. I almost quit 4 different times, and I'm really happy that I stuck it out. But I really wanted to see if I could do it, you know?